Hi guys, welcome to Brain Sports. Apparently, we've heard that Rueben Amori, the Manchester United coach, has been sacked this morning. Well, let us listen to his post-interview that got him into this mess, and let us see what he really analyzed there, and see the things that is lacking in Manchester United team that warrants him to make such ranting yesterday. Let's listen to it and let's see.
Start with that, and I noticed that you receive selective information about everything. I came here to be the manager of Manchester United.
Did you hear what he said? That the media they've received a lot of selective information, and I think the media is also the problem to these most of these coaches, in this era. Like what Amori says, he says they're selecting selective information from the media, and he's here to be the manager, not to be the coach. Listen.
Not to be the coach of Manchester United.
Okay.
And that is clear. I know that my name is not Tuchel, it's not Conte, it's not Mourinho, but I'm the manager of.
You see, he said he's not a top manager. He's not Tuchel, he's not Mourinho, he's not all those big coaches, but he wants to be in charge of Manchester United, meaning that he wants to be in charge of player selections, the players that is required that should be bought. He should be in charge of, in fact, players' welfare in terms of medical checks. If you want to be the manager, not just the coach, because there's a difference between coach and the manager. If you are the coach, you are just responsible for managing. You're responsible for player selections and game plays. But once you are the manager, you'll be in charge of handling all the affairs of the sporting activities that has to do with the players itself, their welfare, everything. So that is what the coach is trying to say, that he's not here to be only the coach, but he wants to be the manager. Let's listen to what he said again.
Manchester United. And it's going to be like this for 18 months, or when the board decided to change. So that was my point. I want to finish with that. I'm not going to quit. I will do my job until other guy is coming here to replace me.
This is a very serious allegation. So Amorim is blaming the board. I think the board doesn't allow him to do his work. They are hindering him from at least being in charge of the team. And that is why he becomes so worried, despite the fact that he has been appointed not less than, I think, 14 months ago, apparently 1 year plus. And he hasn't won anything for Manchester United so far. So he's been worried that he hasn't been given that privilege to manage the team as a manager, that he's not yet to be the coach. So let's keep listening to what he said for that.
I just want to say that I'm going to be the manager of this team, not just the coach. And I was really clear on that. And that is going to finish in 18 months. And then everyone is going to move on. That was the deal. That is my job, not to be a coach. If people
He said that was the deal. That means before he took this job, he was guaranteed that he would be the manager, not the coach. Have you listened carefully? So now, after he might have taken this job, the role that was given to him changed, meaning that he's no more active as the manager. And this could be because of the board. Maybe the sporting director has taken over or hijacked so many things, and he himself is worried. That is why he's not having the right result that he's supposed to. And you can see Man United are not doing well. Let's listen again.
Cannot handle the Gary Nevilles and the criticisms of everything.
Now, this is where there's a twist. Now, Amori is now in flames. He has allowed his emotion to take over him. He has been listening to Gary Neville's criticism, and he has allowed that to affect his game. Most of these people who critique or who criticize your play, criticize you as a coach, they are just doing it just for them to have their own fans. They're not doing it so that you'll be influenced by their decision. Gallagher has been seeing a lot of things. Even Mikel has been seeing a lot of things to strengthen the team. But I feel as a player, as a coach, you should not allow those influencers to, influence you with their decision, because they're just doing those things just for their own fans. But here, Amori has allowed that criticism by Gary Neville to influence his decision, and it's becoming so worrisome. Like he has said, that Kyrie has been criticizing him, and apparently that is what is leading to the sack. And he has been paying attention to most of this sightseeing, which is not apparently good for a good professional or for a professional coach. Because I believe that now these coaches are not really in their top level. Let's listen more.
We need to change the club. No, guys.
We need to change the club. This is an emphasis that top players, even Ronaldo, when he came back, he said about it, that they need to change so many things in the club. But you know one thing, Manchester United fans are not very smart. They don't see these things. They don't even consider it. They just feel that the players should have to just go to the pitch and play. When a player doesn't have good training facilities, when a player doesn't even have a good welfare, when the player sporting directors, the team sporting directors are messing up. That is why Amori is emphasizing the same thing Cristiano Ronaldo said when he came back. He said the team need to be rebranded. The team need to, in fact, they need to change a lot of things. And he's just said here now, the team need to be changed. Not only the players, and the facilities are bad. And these facilities are what is making the players not to perform at that level. That is his own opinion. And this opinion is aligning with what other top players have said in the past. Listen more.
I just want to say that I came here to be the manager of Manchester United, not to be the coach. And every department, the scouting department, the sport director needs to do their job. I will do mine for 18 months and then we move on.
Thank you, guys.
So this was the post-interview he gave. I think that game was against Leeds or so, where they drew 1-1. I can't really remember, but I think their last game they drew. So Amori is very worried that each department should do their job and allow him to do his own job as a manager, which I feel this is what they should review, okay, by the sporting or by the club itself, in order to, make the team to progress. Now, Chelsea also sacked their own coach. Chelsea sacked Maresca 2 days ago. And why is it so? Because it is becoming so obvious that all these baby coaches, remember there's a post I made, I think I need to tag it here. I once said that Maresca will not be able to coach Chelsea from the first day he was appointed. I said this Italian coach will not be able to coach Chelsea because he doesn't have the experience. And Chelsea are in a state of quagmire because the UK government have been able to seize the finance, since even the team from Ibrahimovic, making the team to suffer financially. And for the team to, come up and have a supporting strength, they need to hire a very intelligent and experienced manager. So that was what I said then. And in the long run, I saw that Maresca was trying because we bought a lot of young players and he was trying to manage them properly. But suddenly, it changed. If you look at most of the games he played, he makes a lot of wrong changes. And it doesn't look like, it's not like he doesn't have his players. He has them. So what is happening that you're making these kind of changes? And these changes are always very, very devastating, leading to a lot of chaos in the team. So people will come and say, oh, he has given you guys Club World Cup, he has taken you guys to a lot of things. Yes, Chelsea has a structure. And before you accept to be the coach in Chelsea, you must be able to work with this structure. Chelsea as a whole, we don't pay attention to losing. We are a very trophy-oriented team. Imagine you playing about 10 games and you're losing you're not even winning up to 7 games. You're drifting in points. You're now like about 14 points behind the league leaders. No Chelsea fans will be happy seeing a world champion drifting like that. Everybody wants to see them competing in the highest level. And the problem that is happening, or let me just say the information that came out was that Maresca was not in charge of or the one controlling how players should be substituted. That the medical teams and Maresca had a contradiction, had a kind of a problem, because the medical teams are supposed to be autonomous, deciding when the player should resume from injury and the time the player should play. But Maresca was doing otherwise, and also he was paying attention to other teams. Like he was distracted, he was speaking to other clubs. I don't know whether he was using Chelsea to boost his own CV, because as it seems like he was looking for other jobs, and this could be his tricks. And because of that small negligence, the board saw that as a negative inclination, and they had a kind of understanding with him for him to step down. So in general, most of these young baby coaches, I think they should go and coach some young teams like championship, you know, so that they can learn, not bringing them to a top team where they will now put the fans in a very difficult situation, because it is the fans that is financing them. So the fans need to be happy. So they should not do things that will put the fans in this kind of situation. Let me say depression, because some people are depressed by the way the coach managed the team. So this is what is happening, and we are also waiting for Liverpool to also make their own announcement, because I know Slot is not performing well for Liverpool. And at this point, if Liverpool wants to also progress, they need to sack Slots. If you don't sack Slots, Liverpool, Chelsea, Manchester United, they were always in that stagnant position. And as it seems now, they need to sack Slots so that the team will progress. And Arsenal are also running away with the league. Kudos to what Chelsea did yesterday by trying to draw that game against Man City. At least it has given the Gunners that kind of small hope that they will run away with the league. But apparently, we still have about 14 to, yes, about 14 games still left for the second leg, and we cannot just say it is over until it is over. So let me hear in your comment section what you can say about this sudden sack within a week, within this early January, this sudden sack. So what are you going to say about it as a fans? And let's see your opinions in the comment section. Have a nice day. Keep liking Brain Sports. Bye.